me alone. Yeah, I know, right? Where have I been? Not that anybody has asked, but this is my attempt to revive my already dead YouTube channel for all of my wholesome 22 subscribers. All my 22 lovely dedicated subscribers. Gosh, honestly don't know how I gained any subscribers to begin with. I think the majority of you guys are pretty much fans because I remember my very first attempt to start a YouTube channel, I did a reaction video to a pretty much music video release, and it was for Blind. And you know what, nothing has changed in that aspect. I still love them so much, and I love pretty much fans, and so we can look forward to that. But yeah, a lot of things have changed since then. So without getting too deep into it, 2020 brought a lot of losses and a lot of gains. So I remember doing a Catacomb vlog, I remember doing a wrestling vlog. So yeah, I don't know. This is like another fun little outlet, and instead of being on TikTok for so long, you know, this is another way of just kind of being interactive online, because who doesn't love social media while we're stuck in the middle of a panoramic or in the middle of a Papa John's or a pandemonium. Excuse me, as you could see it in the background, I'm currently doing laundry. It is also 1:30 a.m. in the morning. I slept for like 14 and a half hours today. Please don't ask. It's going through stuff. Also just very tired. I was so tired. I work a lot. So yeah, sure. That's one of the reasons why I was asleep for 14 hours today. But yeah, now I have so much freaking energy and I don't know what to do with it, and yet this is what we're doing. So why not start off with a Q&A? And I specifically chose one that wasn't a very like typical Q&A. I just hopefully found one that had like more interesting questions. I'm only gonna do like maybe 10 questions because there's so many that have like 50 questions, and I just physically and I mentally cannot. For editing purposes, no, like immediately no. So starting it off real strong, number one, what are 2 dad jokes that you know? Sure. Like I haven't been waiting for this my entire fucking life. The first one is like really truly one of my favorite dad jokes, and it's what do you call a man with a rubber toe? I'll let you guys, you know, I'll wait it out just so you guys can figure it out if you need some time. You guys are taking a really fucking long time. It's not that. No, I'm just kidding. Roberto. I know. Okay, second one is, how do you make holy water? You guys are still taking a really long time. It's already like 3 a.m. in the morning. You boil the hell out of it.
Shut up.
2 from this template is one of my personal favorites, and it is, where is the strangest place that you've gone potty? So it was in a plastic bag in a trash can. I don't, it's like, need I say more? It was an emergency, and all the bathrooms in the place that I was currently in were completely occupied, and I had been drinking. It wasn't even necessarily alcohol. I just drank a lot, right? So I was very thirsty. I was very parched that day. And I knew it was gonna happen. I have a very bad bladder. So it goes from 0 to 100, like really quick. As soon as I feel the sensation of me having to pee, like I have to go immediately, or I'm not gonna make it at all. There are very few times where I can actually hold it, and this was unfortunately not one of them. So my friend's suggestion was to grab a really thick Target bag, because Target plastic bags coming in clutch, super thick, super durable. She put it in and bless her soul, she put it in a smaller trash can, and so I just squatted over it and I just let it go, and there you go. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. At least I didn't go outside and pee in the soil and like ruin Mother Nature. I didn't do anything to harm Mother Nature in that sense, you know. I pretty much just peed wherever I could, tied it up, and then I threw it in the actual trash bin. Like, I was very responsible about it, so please do not come at me for this, but I'm pretty sure people have peed in worse locations, so don't fucking look at me like that. What am I wearing right now? Let's not get inappropriate, but my dress. So my dress is from Urban. The top is from H&M. Socks, I don't know if you guys can see it, but my socks are also Urban Outfitters, and the combat boots are from ASOS. I don't know how you pronounce it. And then my watch is a Fitbit, is currently dead. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, fourth question, number 4. Who was my first kiss? My first kiss was, I was 5 years old, and he was this crush that I had who lived in our neighborhood, and I gave him a really quick peck, and I remember running away. And this was a guy that I had a really big crush on. I remember he was like 2 years older than me, so I thought I was like really doing something there. But I remember it was just me and him. We had been riding bikes, and everybody else had already kind of, like, all of our friend groups and everything like that. We had 2 separate friend groups. I remember having like really, really tight childhood friends when I was younger, like me and my brother did. But he was in a separate like friend group, and I don't even remember if he spoke English fluently. I just thought that he was like super cute. He was really tall and lanky. But I had admired him from afar. And so I just remembered our friends had just like gone away, and we were still there taking a break with our bikes. It was an experience. It was very quick. And I remember we had that minute of like alone time, and I remember it was just like a very quick peck. I just remember after that, my feelings for him went away. And I really think that this is a complex that I've carried on with me in my adult life, is that as soon as that person reciprocated, it like made me not interested anymore. And I don't know the logic behind that. And like, I remember just being like sick to my stomach every other time like I was around him. Like, I just don't know. I don't know the mentality behind it. Like, I just don't know the psychology behind that. If someone could please let me know. Was it the chase? Is it because the chase ended? I don't know. Because I've grown up and I've matured, obviously. It's been years, and obviously like I still will really like people after the chase, but I just find it so funny that at a very young age, my mind like just worked that way. It was like, yeah, I liked him for so long, and then, you know, we kissed, and then afterwards it's just like my feelings just like completely flew out the window. Like, I don't know. Like, my friends would even check up on me and be like, why don't you like him anymore? And I'm like, it made me sick. I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, tear. Not that he fucking cares anymore. Question number 5. Do I have any weird fears or phobias? Okay, so I feel like they're not weird. My first one was, I don't know what the official term of a vomiting phobia is, but I had a really bad one all throughout like high school. No, middle school and high school. No, elementary, middle, and high school. And a little bit of college, I would say. It was a vomiting phobia. You know what? It all started like a very huge trigger. Like, I can't even get over it. Even after all these years, like, I can't get over it. I remember this was in elementary school, and my mom had bought a lot of like ribs, like baby back ribs, and they were just slathered in barbecue, like the most amazing ribs, as far as I can remember back then. And I remember eating so much of it to the point where I got sick to my stomach and I threw up, and I was not okay. Like, I was throwing up to the point where I felt like I had like food poisoning, if you will, but honestly it's because I ate too much of one thing, and I got sick and tired of it, and I just kept eating and eating and eating. Like, that's not good for you, obviously. So ever since then, I just can't eat like ribs. I know it's like really offensive to some people, like when they serve it at their like parties and stuff like that, and it's like I can't eat it because of the fact that I'm like just so triggered from it. But because of that, I then grew a phobia from vomiting. I had been puking so much that night, just hovering over the toilet. At one point, it's like I might as well just carry a Bible with me when I'm sitting next to the toilet, because that's how bad my fear of vomiting was. And then every time I would see someone even like puking, or I would hear the sound of someone like regurgitating, just anything that had to do with puking, vomiting, like it would really like freak me out. It also triggered my anxiety when it came to like taking pills and capsules. Like I could not take pills for the life of me, because then I would fear getting stuck in my throat and then ultimately like vomiting. So, and then my second one was just the sea and the ocean. Just like I can't even, a lot of people's like fear is like outer space. Like I am so infatuated with outer space, and I could talk about outer space, and like I could even envision myself just being lost, just like floating about up there. Just imagine my body just like on loop, just fucking flailing around and like floating. That's so fucking funny to me. But that would actually not be great. Like I would pass out immediately. But if I just envision, and once again, I think that this is triggered from like a movie that I saw. Like, guys, fill me in, like I can't remember what the movie is, but it was like two people that got stranded in the middle of the ocean for like, was it days? I can't remember. Was it hours or days? I can't remember. But they were just stranded and they were just afloat, just the two of them. And like, they obviously couldn't communicate with anyone, and so nobody knew that they were even out there. Eventually I think one of them got eaten by a shark, or both of them got eaten by a shark, or like because they got so tired they just drowned. I can't even remember, but I'm pretty sure my fear was triggered from that movie. And so now it's like, if I see any videos of just like large bodies of water like just like crashing into a boat or like a yacht or whatever, it freaks me the fuck out. Tsunamis, water, just like, you know, it's just like I absolutely like it instills like such a fear in me, because it's like you're overcome with that large body of water, and that like it just swallows you whole. It just swallows you whole, and like, oh my gosh. To recover from that envisioning. More than halfway done now. We're on question number 6. If I could bring back any toy from my childhood, what would it be? Furby. Yeah. Once again, I'm pretty sure that they still make Furbies, but I'm talking about like the original Furbies. And I do have a really funny story, and the reason why I chose it. Me and my friends at the time, this is when did Furbies come out? I don't know. But I remember my friend's Furby very vividly, the story. She came up to me and she was like, something really like weird happened, you know, and she's like, I don't know if I should tell like my mom or anything like that, but you know, I figure I'd tell you. Like, she just couldn't handle the fact that it happened to her, and she was just like very distraught. And I remember her telling me like she took the batteries out of her Furby and then she dropped it and it still said, ouch. Like, ouch. You can't tell me that that's not fucking weird. She took the batteries out and it still said ouch. And then there were so many, I think there were a lot of like news outlets reporting that like they thought that people were thinking that like their Furbies were haunted. So that was kind of cool. Furbies. Number 7, describe the worst haircut you've ever had. Sure. Once again, elementary school. This was when the pixie cut started getting really big and really huge. Yeah, pixie cut isn't something I feel like I'm so sorry. I just had like a really bad flashback right then and there. I just feel like when I was a young girl, I very much made it clear that I wanted to be frilly and fancy, and I wanted to have long Rapunzel hair. And then I had no choice over this. I did not willingly choose to do this, but my mom and my sister were very much into the pixie cut during that time, because it became so big during the 90s, like the late 90s. And they were like, you know what, we should all just go. Let's just all go for it. Were they having like a BOGO? I don't fucking know, but like, I don't know what possessed them to think that I would want a pixie cut at that age in elementary school, right before pictures were going to be taken. Shit. it wasn't even a pixie cut. Like, my sister got a really good pixie cut and she rocked it out. Like, you know what I mean? My mom, hers was appropriate, you know, for her age, and she looked great. And then there was me, who got not a pixie cut, but a fucking, like, bowl cut. It was a mixture of the Lord Farquaad and a bowl cut in one. And, like, traumatized. Traumatized is not even good enough of a word to describe what I went through when I went back to school the very next day. Like, if you are wondering where my character was built throughout my entire life, where it started forming, it was when I got this haircut. Hands fucking down. I'm like getting angry and riled up just thinking about it. Oh, that haircut. Yeah, that answers that question. Oh, my ass. Or number 8 is, what board game do you hate the most? This is a difficult one for me because I really do enjoy board games. I really do. But I think it was the experience that I had playing with a group who were very just like, get the fuck out if you don't know what you're doing. And is it Catan, that board game. I don't even think that I need to explain the concept of it. I mean, you guys can easily look it up. But the fact that I'm not explaining it means that I had no idea what was going on. And when you are surrounded by people who take it very seriously, they will just eat you alive. And that's what happened to me. And that is the reason why I hate that board game. So I have nothing against the board game itself. Honestly, it was just the experience. And so, yeah. Question number 9. Oh my goodness, we're almost done. I'm getting really sad and nostalgic already. Number 9 is, if your movie, oh my fuck, brain dying. If your life were a movie genre, what genre would it be and who would play you? Is comedy drama or dramedy? Is it dramedy? Is that what you would call it? Like a dramatic comedy would be the perfect genre that I would describe everything that's happened in my life already. Dramatic, sad, and comedic and happy. So drama comedy I feel like would be really appropriate. And then for the person that I would choose to play me in the movie, Jack Black, just throw a wig on him. I feel like he would play me and he would depict me so well. I don't know why. I just feel like Jack Black would really just do everything in my life justice. If you could spend your day in someone else's shoes, who would it be and why? And my personal answer every single time is always going to be Crispin Glover. And a lot of people just always wonder why I have some sort of fascination with him. And it's not a fascination, it's an obsession. It's more, I am not ashamed of it. I openly love him and adore him. I think that he is the strangest person I think I've ever seen in movies. And I think that he has, I mean, there are probably a lot stranger, but in my personal opinion, I feel like he's one of the strangest but quirkiest, but also charming. So it's a nice combination of all three. And yeah, I've just always wondered what it would be like to be in his shoes, because I just think that he's so freaking cool. And the way that he carries himself, as far as I've seen in interviews, like, he's so fucking like chill and just unique in the way that he responds and the way that he moves, and like his characteristics or his charisma is just like, I don't know. Even in Back to the Future, I feel like I had a really big crush on him because of the fact that he wasn't like the obvious choice. What the fuck is that sound? Sounds like a mini taser is going off in my purse. What the fuck? I don't even have a taser anymore. So that's weird. But no, because I had the biggest crush on him because he wasn't the obvious choice of like the quintessential like hunk in movies or anything like that. But I just thought that he was so like sweet and dorky. But yeah, Crispin Glover, he's really weird. There were so many times where I wish that I had like a large... No, you know what? I'm gonna regret saying this. I was gonna say, like, I wish I had a large following of rats and mice, like he did in that one movie. And now that I think about it, no, I absolutely immediately do not. And I would highly regret that. I feel like as soon as it would actually take place. But I remember when he would like pull the chunks of hair out from women and he would sniff them and smell them. I was like, how I wish I would only be so lucky if he ever did that to me. Is that weird? I don't know. All right, and with that said, that is the end of the Q&A. I hope that you guys found these questions a little bit sillier than, you know, the generic ones. So yeah, don't really know what to say in the outro, but thank you to my 22 dedicated subscribers, subdoers. I hope that you guys are being safe and that you've had an enjoyable time, as good of a time as you can during this this pandemonium in the middle of a Papa John's. Like, I hope that you guys are doing really good. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in another video. We'll see. We're just, you know, in vibes. We're just gonna go with, we're gonna see where the vibes take us. Yeah. All right. Bye. 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 People even still doing that?